I don't think he's scolding him. I think he's commending him. He said, blessed are those. Bless you's not like a token of reward. It's a response to the faithless. I know him, but I need to touch him. I want to touch it. I want to touch it. I'm tired. It bothers people pretending, and I'm tired of people playing. I'm tired of people going to church acting like they have it. I'm tired of showing up here pretending that I got it all together. Said something close to me died on me. And that hurts me.
There's no going back.
I've been praying for a miracle that I haven't seen. I've been praying for the manifestation of things that I didn't even believe. I've been praying as I show up. God is absent because he never shows up. I said, I've been with him, so I know him. I spent time with him, so I know him. Never been so close to it and lost it and just wanted one more second with it. Like we spend all our lives getting to know them only to come to a place of losing them. Seems unfair. Thomas is when they talk about him in the text, he's in the background getting to know him. The story of a man we never even met before this point in time, and it displays his faith as a doubting place. Thomas is offended. As you don't know your story, they don't know your history. Come here and try and tell you what your relationship with God is like. You don't know how I've spent time with him in the background. You know how I get up in the morning and meet him, Lord. That becomes the battleground. That becomes the place that I seek him, search him, find him. That's where he opened the doors up for me. But one morning I got up. Jesus didn't show up. He said one morning I got up and I reached for a hand that didn't reach back. One morning I got up from a terrible nightmare. That they killed my heroes, but I know superheroes don't die. It seemed like in my hurricane, in my wind, in my storm, he didn't show up in the sky. So I want to touch him. I don't just want to be talking about it, I want to touch it. I don't always want to just be on my knees praying for it. I want to be on my knees thanking God that I can see it in front of me. Thomas said, I want to touch it. Seeing may be good enough for you. Believing in the background that God is going to do it may be enough for you. Just saying the prayer may be enough for you, but I want to touch it. You got to come to a place of God. I don't just want to perform the action and believe in my doubting ways that you can do it and never see it and that be okay. I'm not fine in contentment. I want to touch it and touch everything that you promised me. Everything that you said I could have, every place you said I could go, everything inside of me that's greater that you called and said that I could be. I want to touch it. I think he's right on the verge of it. He's right on the verge of it. He's right on the verge of it. He says, until I put my hands into where the nails went into his hands, until I put my hand in his side, I won't believe it. He said, I want to not only see it, I want my hands where his were. Not his hands. Don't nail me to the doubt to say that I won't get up from here. Nail me to the place where I want to be, in the nails place, in the hands of God. Because I want to be where the nails were. I I want to be so glued to him that every place that he creates, that he don't leave me out. Every place that he's nailed to the tree, that they doubted him, but he still bled for me. I want to be in that place. God, move me to the place where I can see it. I'm not meant to dwell in it. I'm meant to be nailed in it, to be a sign of evidence that God can still do it for people like you and me. And then he says, I want to touch the side of it. I know you've been on the side of it, waiting for it, watching other people get it, praying for it, and it seemed like it was so close, but it never reached you. He said, you're one tear away. You know when they pierced him in the side? It says there was a sudden flow of blood and water. Blood and water. They're talking about the blood that makes you human but sinful. That makes it crimson as sin, but he'll wash it white as snow. It's a water that when there was nothing available, that God saw value in what was liquid and decided to hover over it. That by the power of his divinity became the holy water trinity and breathed on man, and they became living, breathing, thinking things. He said that became what came out of him, but it was the blood that we have inside of us that needed to pierce him, my God, but not intertwine with him. There's blood and water. But if I pierce you, you only have blood. He says, I'm bridging the gap. Even so much so in the garden, when he prays for you, when he thanks God for me, when he petitions for Simon Peter, when he prays in travail for John, for Luke, for Mark, is that he dropped, he sweated, he's exhausted, but he drips tears of blood, drops of blood from his forehead. Remember, God told Adam in the garden, he said, every day, by the sweat of your brow, will you work the ground. And I think that day a tear fell from his eye, the one that caught him on Calvary, as he cried out, Father, Father. I think one that catches Thomas here, that I'm fed up looking at stuff, praying for stuff, prophesying stuff that I haven't seen. And it drives me to a place of tears. He said, you're one pierce away. Pierce. Just one cut. Just one breakthrough. Just one more slit. You were opening the way. And I know you thought them hurting you would lead to them firing you. But this is the cut that opened the doorway for you. I know you thought that when they left you, that was going to be the end of anybody loving you. So that was going to be the cut that healed your heart, but replaced your hand. I'm talking to somebody that marriage is on the cusp of it. He said, you got to know when they cussed you out, when they decided that you would never be their friend, that they could not show up for you. He said, that was the heartbreak that I needed to help lead you through, that you could be able to see that you were fine and of yourself, that you were big enough to stand by yourself. You didn't need people to come and cut you off. He says, but that was the cut that developed you. That was the pierce that helped you. That was the blood and the water that flowed for you. Thomas said, I don't just want to talk about it. Everybody else may need to see it. God bless them. But for me, I want to touch it. So right on